Welcome back, everybody, to XBA action. It's the final day of the regular season for some teams, of course. We're going to show you guys a full-on playoff picture type of upload here today. I'm back. Awesome. It's good to be back. We got a lot of things to cover here in today's XBA upload.
Yeah, so we're going to have Columbus here at Kentucky. So if you saw the record, Kentucky's obviously been done for a hot minute here, but Columbus is hanging around. If they get this W, they're going to still need some help down the stretch run. So they're going to need help from a lot of these teams that are sitting at 37 and 32. They're going to need those teams to lose if they want to get in. But 30-32 here. Davis going inside.
Wow.
Oh, Monsters Herald.
He's still down.
He's not getting up.
Oh, man.
Is he okay? Somebody check on Monsters Herald. Look at that.
Just posterized, man. Look at that replay one more time. Just take it back here. Look at this. Just absolutely destroyed down low. And he's just like, what happened? He's lucky that he didn't actually get his back turned at that baseline of that of the basket. So that would be very bad for Harold.
It's going to be 50-38. So the Basket Hounds, the road-tested Basket Hounds, I believe every time we've shown them, they've been on the road this year. Only team, I believe, to not have a home game in our series.
Tyler Hero, trying to be a hero.
They need a hero.
A lot of those Basket Hounds fans out there, they're trying to make the playoffs. Dotson with a miss, but back out to Williamson, back to Hero for the three. No good. Williamson down low in double coverage. He somehow gets that off. 68-65 game here, and a 2. That was apparently a 2. That looked like it was a 3, but there you go.
Ingram's happy.
Yeah, Columbus is still in it though, so I think that this is really going to be a nice trio between Barrett, Williamson, and Hero. It's going to be a pretty good one. Kentucky with Anthony Davis with that slam dunk, 82-82 game. And nobody's really wanting to take the basketball here. Everybody's passing to each other, trying to get something open, and Zion gets down low, gets that slam dunk himself. 84-82, and AD going off right now.
It's a lot to handle. It's a lot to handle for this Columbus team. All these young guys here. Big free throw coming up, though. Tied ball game. And it's good.
85-84, and Harrell down low with the hook shot. Got it. Okay, so 38 seconds to go. Tie game. Harrell with the 2. And Kentucky's going to have to call a timeout, and they're down by 3. So what is going to happen here, guys? And oh my goodness. Harrell is just getting abused on defense right now.
He's a little bit smaller for a center, but I mean, at least compared to Anthony Davis, it's a tough matchup. But Harrell, with all of those ball skills and the high motor guy that he is, it's just not a good matchup for him today. I'm not sure why. But 90-87, there's Garland going to Parker, so they still want the 2. They still fight for the easy 2 to try to get a field goal, and they're going to hope that the young Basket Hounds choke here. Looks like it's going to be up to Derek White. He's going to hit the first and the second, so 3-point game still.
All right, so 14 seconds to go. And here's Shamet going to Garland, and you got to push. But you do have to find an open 3. Here is Davis passing back. Shamet with the 3 ball, going to be no good. Zion with the rebound in 1.7 seconds to go. He hits the first one, hits the second, and guys,
I love that Jabari Parker fist pump.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I did my job. Fouling.
I did my job. Yeah. But you still lost, guys. You still lost. The Colliers are going down. So Columbus gets a much-needed W. They extend their playoff chances.
Ever so slightly, but they needed that one. That was the last time that we're going to see Columbus. So at least they are on the board with a W. Their final record at 37-33. The problem is, are they going to need to be 38-32 to get in? That's what we're going to find out today. As we see the numbers there, Anthony Davis had a monster game, 29-14. He needs the supporting cast to step up a little bit more next year. I still like this Kentucky supporting cast.
I do too.
I'm not sure why they had such a bad record. We had 2 teams here that were surging down the stretch, Atlanta and Pittsburgh. Atlanta is out of the playoffs. They went on a 5-game losing streak after surging all the way back into the postseason mix. Still over 500 by a game, but Pittsburgh needs this W. This is the last time that Pittsburgh will play all season at 37-32.
This is kind of where the rubber meets the road here. Atlanta, we know, is a good team. Even though they've been eliminated, we know that they're a good team. They started off slow, picked it up a notch towards the middle part of the year, towards the latter part of the year. Pittsburgh needs this game, though. They need this game. Atlanta's just playing for pride. But if you're a Pittsburgh fan, you're really hoping that they clutch up here and get this win. And with this 2 in, Pittsburgh creeps back a little bit as they're now down by 3 going into the second half.
42-39, Pittsburgh feeling comfortable, but you got to get that shooting percentage up at 32%.
It's not good.
Get a lot of blocks, so they're getting some couple extra possessions here. Brogdon inside. He's going to take some punishment as he hits the floor, but he gets it to go in a contested play there, and that was a good-looking shot. There's a 3-ball for Dinwiddie, and now 52-52.
Cam Reddish up top here. Gonna actually go out to the side, gonna find Reggie Bullock here, and nice job. Good find, just good job the way to find the open man there. And John Wall with another slam dunk. He's looking good. 67-68, and another one.
You know, you got to give John Wall credit. We've seen a lot of Atlanta recently, and every time, seems like John Wall's been playing very well. Big shot there, though, for Pittsburgh. They take a 1-point lead inside to Jordan Bell. Oof. Gets it to go. 5-point lead here as the time is winding down. They're going to get a turnover, though, to Jimmy Butler. He's going to take it himself and score it. 3-point lead now for Pittsburgh. That's going to cut into it. We'll see if they can finish this one out, though. They're playing defense.
Yeah, they are not electing to foul for whatever reason. And Pittsburgh's just going to go ahead and, run the clock out, and
now you foul.
Now they foul. So what's the difference here between that possession and, I don't know, the CPU guys not super intelligente?
No, but they get the timeout. Still 4-point game. So yeah, this one's over. Guys, Pittsburgh is going to win. So Pittsburgh is going to close out their regular season with a W. So guys, this is the Monday. Season wraps up on Wednesday, so there's 2 more days left, but Pittsburgh is in the clubhouse here at 38-32. So they are in a solid position. They're going to need a couple teams, though, to lose if they want to get in. So a couple teams have the tiebreaker on them, specifically the Neon and the Sting. That's bad news for Columbus, Chicago. Bad news for them at 33 losses. So Pittsburgh will finish the year ahead of those 2 squads. Still alive, though, but they're going to need help down the road. So we'll talk about that a little bit more as this video gets on. Denver, we're going to switch focus here to the Western Conference. Denver Summit are going to close out their season here at the Cheese Center against the Wisconsin Bandits. Wisconsin is a team, maybe they could be in Denver's shoes if Embiid stayed healthy, but he missed about 3 weeks there.
It's a long time
in March. So.
Injuries will kill you in the XBA, especially with how much parity there is when you're without your star for that long. Losing streaks pile up. You find yourself well out of playoff contention.
What a great pass by Rozier, but didn't amount to anything. So the situation here for the Summit, like I talked about, final game of the year, Vancouver and LA and San Diego are right behind them. Vancouver owns the tiebreaker. So if Vancouver closes out the year 2-0, they will surpass Denver. So they need 1 loss out of the Vortex to get in.
I see a lot of derpiness going on here on both sides of the basketball. Defense has been odd, weird stuff, but we do get some points on the board. We're going to advance here in the first quarter, 22-20. Wisconsin is up right now on Denver, but we do get a nice 3-ball shot. Nick Young, it's been a really nice addition for this Denver Summit club.
Oh yeah, here's Gasol, Pau Gasol, 43-40. In the second, here's Simmons.
Oh, you like that matchup.
Markkanen.
You like that matchup, but they do kick it out to Markkanen for the 3. And it's now 52-42. Taurean Prince with the slam dunk. They're going to go up by 12. And all the way out across the court to Nato.
Raul Nato for 3. So Denver's got a big lead here at the half. 54% with 18 boards and 15 assists. So they are moving the ball around very well. So Rozier flips it over and in. There's Nick Young again. So where's he been? And I haven't followed Nick Young the last couple of years.
Oh, nice job by Nance to get that alley-oop, and he's got the airplane on. He's got the wings.
Yeah, Rozier for 3. Bandits are making this a game here.
I hope the Bandits can make some noise here in the offseason next year and maybe make a big splash in free agency, draft well. I really want to see a team like this with these uniforms and this court play in a meaningful game.
Be nice.
89-88 with 2:37 left to go, and this is going to miss. Johnson out to Rozier, working up on Markkanen, and somehow gets the shot off. I don't know how he got it off, but not going to be good. Just enough contact to make it miss. And Simmons goes down low. 2-pointer in. And that was the hammer. Feels like the hammer. Rozier for 3. Miss. Markkanen, the rebound. We're going back out. Taurean Prince driving. Simmons with 2 guys on him here. Gonna find Gasol. That's just terrible defense. Terrible defense. 94-88. Under a minute left to go. Embiid with the hook. Got it over top of his man. Up by 4 now. Denver. And what a save by Green to Markkanen, who gets this off-balance shot off. 96-90. That might have saved the game for Denver. Look at this play.
Somebody wants to make the playoffs.
Oh my god.
Green.
They might be a sneaky pick because they seem like the team. They seem like a team to me. 96-90 still, and the Wisconsin Bandits cannot hit this shot. Prince for 3. Got it. It's going to be, no, it's 2. Again, 2. 98-90 is going to be your final score, guys. And Wisconsin didn't really have anything to play for in this one other than pride itself. But Denver wins again.
Yeah.
Further creating more chaos in the Western Conference.
Well, they should be in line for the 8th seed, but like we talked about, the Leopards and the Vortex are going to be right behind them. So if you are a Denver fan, you need them to lose. Basically, I think what you're pulling for, you need Vancouver to beat LA, and then you need Vancouver to lose on Wednesday against the Cannons. That's really what you need. New Orleans is also sitting there. So we look at the standings here.
Some things need to happen in order for seeding to occur. Like, we have some seeding battles, but for the most part, the Western Conference has been figured out. Let's go to this game here. We got the LA Leopards against the Vancouver Vortex.
It's a knockout game, guys.
It really is.
The loser is officially done. The winner is alive. Both teams at 35 and 33. If they can get to 37 wins, they're going to catch and surpass the Summit. So that is what they need. Leopards and Vortex, you guys know the drill. You guys know the teams. You guys know the lineups by now, I hope. You got Lillard and Aldridge versus Griffin and Murray. Those are the big 2 for both of these squads.
Look at the point differentials between Lillard and Murray.
Yeah, but Murray, he's not asked to shoulder everything like Lillard is. Lillard really controls almost all of the offense for the Vortex. And this time they're going to be at home. So they're out there in British Columbia trying to take out the Leopards.
You would think that they have some sort of home field advantage or home court advantage. But we see early on, Lillard not taking care of the basketball.
No.
As Griffin gets this 2 in, takes a hard contact.
Careful,
there.
careful.
Oh, God.
Fragile.
Oh, God. Here we go. Another
Care.
steal. Blake Griffin is very fragile. Fragile, as I like to say. But Jamal Murray with 2 steals on Lillard, but Lillard makes up for it here with this 2. Jump a little bit further ahead. Patty Mills.
Ooh.
Look at those moves by Patty.
Oh,
nice
with a
pass
floater
to Hayes. It'll be 21-15. Jump further out, 40-38. And look at that. Look at that job by Tice.
Yeah, let's see where the Leopards are at. As we see again, Leopards and Vancouver both 1 game behind Denver as of today, but they have 2 games left to play, and Denver has 0, like I always have talked about. I've talked about, I think, 3 times so far. You got a 2-pointer. Foul going to be on Cauley Stein, so that was Romeo Langford. scoring. So Vancouver's sideline not looking very amused right here.
No, especially with that defense. When you're Willie Cauley-Stein going up against Romeo Langford, come on, use that big body. You've got room. Aldridge with the miss, Cauley-Stein. There you go, Cauley. Nice job.
Who wants a hot potato? Okay, Aldridge off the glass. 47-42 here. Oh, cross court. Jamal Murray.
Oof.
What a shot.
Ooh, nice job by Langford.
Yeah, there's Griffin with a board right before the half. And of course, I always show the bombs. We always show the bombs, even though they never happen.
It's just going to be the one time that it actually does. That's when everybody's going to be like, oh.
Give you closure before halftime all the time. Look at the Vortex. They're pretty evenly matched game here. 3 blocks, 4 steals, 12 to 11 assists. Murray with 10. Lillard with 13. So a tight ball game. Both teams desperate to get a W. PJ Washington can't score. I'd like to know the age differential between Manu Ginobili and PJ Washington.
Would be interesting. Lillard with the off-balance shot, the athletic maneuvering gets that in. Aldridge for 3s, wide open. Drills it. It's going to be 80-78 here with 2:30 left to go in the fourth. And Lillard doing everything right now. Off the backboard and in. Rolls in. That nice little roll. 91-82. This game is over, guys. Down by 9. There's no way that the Leopards can come back, which is unfortunate because I was really rooting for them. I was really rooting for the Leopards to come in here and get the job done. But Vancouver is going to get this win. A much-needed win. And like you said, it's going to knock them out. It's going to knock the Leopards out of
They're
this.
officially eliminated. So Vancouver's still alive, but they need to win Wednesday, which is tomorrow, against the Baltimore Cannons. Good win, though, for Vancouver. They're trying to hold on for dear life here. They were one of the top teams in the early portion of the year and got on a bit of a hot streak. Bit of a cold streak again. They've kind of been a streaky team. They've had 4 different streaks of hot, cold, hot, cold. So got to make the playoffs.
That will cost you in the XBA for sure.
I mean, it's a veteran team, so they want to just get in. You know, if you get in, you're in the clear. So we see the numbers here. New Orleans also at risk of missing the playoffs. They're at 37-32. Vancouver and San Diego, though, still alive. So the Summit, though, are at risk here. So the important thing here to note, so Vancouver and Denver split the regular season. Next tiebreaker, though, is division record, as they are both in the Northwest Division. Vancouver holds the edge. Cyclones also hold the edge over Denver. You know, you guys want to wait and see what happens versus trying to figure everything out. This game, though, is another knockout game. San Diego, Miami. San Diego desperate for a win. The Night Owls, though, sitting at 37-32. If they lose, they are out. So the Night Owls need to win here and at home, defend the home turf. But we'll see what they can do. You know, every time they play offense in these CPU games, Miami is a little slower. They're a slow-paced team.
Yeah, CPU versus CPU. And, you know, right now at 38-36, it's kind of surprising to see that they're holding their own here.
Yeah.
But this is kind of a weird matchup when you look at it. The Cyclones out in the West, Miami out in the East. Both teams need a W for their respective playoff chances. Nothing to gain by being nice to each other.
No, they don't. Trying to close out the season, this would be a miracle run because they were left for dead. They were thinking about tanking. They were thinking about going for that #1 draft pick, but they kept fighting. Russell Westbrook did his thing where he puts the whole team on his back. Let's see Nowitzki inside for 2. We got 5 minutes left in this one, guys. It's a 6-point lead for the Cyclones.
Oh, Tatum.
Tatum puts it in. 90-86. Again, fast break. Tatum scores. And it's now a 2-point game. Westbrook had a great game against Montreal. Can he go across to Batum?
Wow.
For 3.
Wow. So they're going to go up by 5. And then all of a sudden we have a 1-point game, 93-92. And Rubio loses the basketball. Westbrook with the steal. But again, Vucevic with the steal gets it to Dirk. And he gets the 2. So 94-93, and we're going the other way. Westbrook for 2, no good. Tip drill. Tatum with the basketball now, pushing the floor for the Night Owls. Finds Vucevic. Wow, working on Sabonis, gets the 2 in. down by 3, and San Diego can't get that one in, but Sabonis with the rebound and in. 96-95. Tatum working on Sabonis. No good. A minute 58 to go. This is crucial for both teams.
Westbrook.
Rubio can't defend Westbrook. 97-96. Tatum down low with the it was a little weak slam dunk, but I would still say slam dunk regardless. Tatum here to Vucevic, who is on the hot streak now. Gets it in. 100-99. Dirk in. But he hurt his hand.
He's still going.
Apparently he's okay.
Westbrook right underneath.
Oh,
Dirk with a block. Oh, and they're going to have to foul here as they decided, again, to play defense. Good call by the CPU, but it's going to be 102.99. Now it's out of reach for the Cyclones, and Vooch has to tie his shoelaces.
Wow.
But the Cyclones are now officially out. Miami is going to survive. Miami is in the playoffs.
Guys, that back and forth when the last 2 minutes of that game, and then all of a sudden, Westbrook has a chance to put the team on his back again, and Dirk with the block. Like, that was pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, huge game for Miami. It was clutch. If they lost, they would have been out of the postseason. But now they are in. They're in at 38-32. How about that?
Let's head out to the next matchup. We've got the Detroit Power hosting the Jacksonville Jump. Eastern matchup, you are going to have to get a W here, but Detroit is 2.
Yeah, this is really a do or die for each team. So we'll talk about the tiebreakers, but both teams have the same record. With a loss, both teams will be on the outside of the playoff, needing help to survive. So it is crucial to get a W here for both of these squads, and we're going to open it with a Steph Curry misfire. So going the other way for Detroit, inside to Lowry, and 2 points.
Yeah, nice pass from Boogie Cousins right there for the 2-point. And Jacksonville going to get a 3 from Steph. 13-9 game here, and Jurkic going to go right over the top of Cousins for the 2-pointer.
Okay, we get some more points there out of Isles. 3-ball for Bazemore, who was the trade deadline acquisition. So good on him for the Detroit Power. So yeah, Bazemore helping out. We got the number 2 unit out here for both of these teams. Here's Seth Curry out trying to find McCaw. We got 34 seconds left in the first. Got a 10-point lead, so we're feeling okay in the early going. McCaw inside, gonna get the foul, so we're hopefully gonna get some more points at the free throw line. That's Valentine with the foul. So moving ahead here right before the half, it's 58-46. So Jacksonville still holding on to that solid lead, and a huge 3 by Curry.
Jeez. Steph with the big shot, and then in the corner, another 3-ball. This time it's going to be good for Detroit. Down 61-49, so down by 12, and now Steph Curry is trying to push through here to get maybe another long 3 to try to extend that lead out. He's working up on his man there. That's Lowry, and he's going to shoot right over top of him, and it's going to be no good. But still, I mean, it's a good sign for Jacksonville Jump fans out there going into Detroit on the road and really testing your chops here down the stretch.
Yeah, we get a strip there. Kobe's going the other way. Kobe is going coast to coast.
Ooh, nice moves there.
Yeah, he's feeling it. He's feeling 15 years younger.
Man,
how about that?
The 40-plus-year-old putting moves on the big man and getting down low to get the slam dunk. I like it. I like it. So 63-49, and we jump a little bit further here. And nice shot.
Nando DeColo for 3, and then Giles again going inside. So it's still 12-point game here. Bazemore gets 2 to put it within 10. So Detroit hanging around. We get a deep 3. We got a lot of points here, guys. It's 94-82, and Kobe this time gets blocked by Bazemore, and he's trying to pump up.
Oh, I like that.
The Detroit fans and the team trying to survive. Curry's deep 3 will be no good, and Nurkic throws it down. So we still have a double-digit lead here. Time running out for Detroit in a big way.
Uh-oh. We
Young
got somebody
can't get the rebound.
Somebody's down there. Somebody's hurt in the back. It looked like Kobe, maybe. It looked like Kobe Bryant.
There he is.
It was.
He's back.
He got back up. So way to fight. Way to fight. Steph Curry driving in. Going to get the 2 in. 109-98 with a minute 20 just got to hold at this point. Just got to hold. We got a 3-ball. Good. That's going to bring them back into the game here. So again, Jacksonville has to get some points here. They do. Go through Steph, and you'll be fine. They get the W. 115 to 104. Jacksonville, that helps their playoff push cause.
Yeah, that was a big end stretch there for Jacksonville. They beat Washington and beat Detroit to get in. So the Jump are good to go here. The Jump are in the playoffs. Detroit going to need some help here. They need losses out of Carolina or Baltimore. They should have the edge on either one of those teams, Carolina and Baltimore. So those are the teams you need to root against if you are a Detroit Power fan. The problem is Carolina is playing SoCal, and SoCal is embracing the tank right here, and they're playing at home. So you think the Fly Guys are going to be set up pretty well here to win this game, but you never know. This is the XBA after all. It's LeBron going up against Crowder, so that's a good matchup for Ronnie Braun.
Anybody who's not LeBron James is a good matchup for LeBron James.
Probably.
But we see 2-0 here early for Carolina, and LeBron trying to get his defensive mojo on almost with that steal. And again, Crowder's got that 99 number, 99 rolling here.
Number 0 for
Russell.
Russell.
Thinks he's awesome. Russell, yeah, with two extreme number choices here. 3-ball, no good, and a tip drill. But DeAndre Jordan's going to come down with it. Passes it out to Teague in the corner here. And working up against D'Angelo Russell, just trying to drive in, and it's not going to fall. Unfortunately for Teague to be kind of that missing X factor for this squad, because they've got some good players with Carmelo, DeAndre, Jordan, and of course LeBron James. He needs to kind of step up a little bit, but that's not going to work.
No.
Small guy on the big man, never really going to work out. But we do get a slam dunk here for LeBron James, and we're going to jump a little bit further, and another dunk by LeBron with a little shimmy right there.
Alley-oop.
I think, was that a little sign to say, hey, we want the chill? We want the Alaska chill
I don't know.
in the Eastern Conference.
47-46 here. Teague off the glass and good. So we got 5 seconds left here. LeBron dishing it to Teague for 3 before the half, and Teague is going to drain it. And the Fly Guys are feeling pretty good right here. 52-46. SoCal actually shooting better than Carolina. It's a pretty tight game here, guys. It's 94-86 as we go into the fourth quarter.
Oh, 3-on-2.
Oh, taking the 3 instead of the easy 2, and it pays off. D'Angelo Russell is going to sink that one. So back to 5 points, guys. Here's Jarrett Culver.
Oh, wow.
And he's going to beat Evans to the lane.
Not good. You got to stay home a little bit. You got to stay home. Nope, don't get faked out. Carmelo with the foul and gets the and one. 96-91. He will hit the free throw. And now, down low, Carmelo gets 2. Up by 3, and SoCal turns it over with 1:53 left to go. And there's a nice 2 in for Carolina, 101-97. This is kind of surprising a little bit that SoCal's hanging in here with a playoff caliber team. And now they're down by 2. LeBron, missed shot. DeAndre Jordan with the tip in. That was crucial. 3-ball in here for Crowder. No good. 103-99. They have to foul. And of course, LeBron James going to the line. He's going to make those shots. 104-99. Lopez.
He's thinking about it.
Splash Mountain.
Going
good.
to Collins. He's kicking it back. Russell this time is going to chuck it. They're running out of time. And Carolina is going to win this one, guys. It's going to be 106-99. So the first domino for Detroit and Chicago has fallen. So with the win, Carolina has eliminated Chicago. Guys, tough break for those teams. They're going to finish one game out. Well, Chicago has yet to play San Jose, but now that game is irrelevant for BC Chicago. So tough break there to miss out by at least one game. And then we're going to go here, Vancouver and Baltimore. The Baltimore Cannons here are the only team standing in the way of Detroit. So Detroit needs Baltimore to lose here to Vancouver. Vancouver's desperate because if they win, they are going to knock out the Denver Summit. So they would force a tie with Denver, but they would own the tiebreaker over Denver. So if you're a Denver fan, you desperately want the Baltimore Cannons to win at home here.
Hopefully everybody understood all of that, because there's a lot of scenarios going on here in the XBA. A lot of competitive basketball going on in both East and Western Conference. There's a ton of things at play to determine the playoffs, but we know Baltimore's been hot. So odds are, if you're a Vancouver fan, I mean, yeah, it's 9-2, but Baltimore's been a hot team. They could easily sneak this W away from Vancouver and push them out of the playoffs.
If you want to save some brain power, just let the results play out and check it out at the end of the video. And it'll save you all that brain power, all that work.
It's 9-5 here after the slam dunk, and no good as Ginobili rebounds this, and he's bringing it back out here for the Vortex. A little fast break here in Ilyasova with the slam dunk. 19-11. Here's Clay, gonna hit the three, doing what he does best. 36-35. Wiseman to Rose, back to Clay, and what is going on there for Vancouver?
It's not defense.
Nope, that was very bad. That was a very bad defensive effort on Vancouver's part. So Baltimore takes the lead right now, 37-36, and Lillard with the long two. Could have backed up just a little bit to get the three. It's going to miss, so Baltimore comes back out with it and miss, but James Wiseman with the slam dunk. He's been in the news recently.
Well, hey, you don't have to play in college now in the XBA. You can just skip right ahead and start making that moolah.
Yeah, making that chump change.
Right before the half, Baltimore gonna head in with a 1-point deficit. So Vancouver feeling pretty good. They're out shooting the Cannons by a fair amount, but it's still only a 1-point game. So still, 41-41. Rose from deep three range. Now going inside to Rose under the basket, and Lillard's gonna foul him, and Lillard hates that call. He thinks that was a Garbo call, but I think it was the right one. Here's a deep three.
Wow.
Oh. There's Clay.
This hurts.
Raining threes for the Cannons as we enter the fourth quarter. Deep shot, no good. Biombo is going to clean it up and get it in. So still a decent lead here for the Cannons, and then Clay is going to hit that one. So 8 points right now. In the corner is Inglis at the miss. Aldridge will get the rebound.
Man, it just does not look good right here for Vancouver. Then we have a defensive 3-second violation.
They get the point, but they're going to turn it over. And inside, Clay saves it.
And still gets the shot off, but it's going to be no good. Bridges takes it out. You got to get some quick points, guys. If you're Vancouver fans, you need this possession to turn into points. You can't get another miss here. So Lillard with the three off the screen. Miss. Rose with the rebound. Now Baltimore has a chance to extend that lead out, and they have got quick passing down here for the Cannons, and now down deep and down low with the two. Not good, guys. Not good. 86-81. So it's not done. It's not over yet. But what is that? A teleportation move by Clay.
And then they're going to foul Thompson under the basket. 10-point game. Last gasp for the Vortex. Horford gets a piece of it. Cauley Stein draws the foul, but he's going to miss. So make this. You still have an outside prayer, but not going to happen.
He missed, and Rose and the Cannons look like they are going to win this game, as they have given up on defense there, apparently. Rose just taking the easy lane to get in. And
consolation three at the end by Troy Daniels. But Vancouver's going to go down, guys. So if you're a Vancouver Vortex fan, I'm sorry to break that news, but out of the playoffs. Vancouver's out. And that's just unfortunate. So I was pulling for Vancouver to win this one.
Well, all these Vancouver fans are going to hate Baltimore now.
Yeah.
They're going to hate them.
So now we got this game here, the Neon and the Olympians. Now this is a unique situation here because we have Tampa Bay, New York, and Nashville, and Pittsburgh, who, as we saw at the beginning of this video, Pittsburgh's done. They're checking in at 38-32. They're in the clubhouse. But the Neon are right with them. So if the Neon lose, they will miss the playoffs unless Tampa Bay loses.
Just more crazy situations here for the final day of the XBA.
Yeah.
It's almost like a holiday.
Yep. And Atlanta, as we saw at the beginning of the video, Atlanta's just playing for pride at this point, but they still have a decent record, which is pretty big for them. they really surged there late in the season. They were kind of one of those early lottery teams. But yeah, they're trying to hang in there with the Neon and send those Atlanta fans home with a smile on their face this year.
With some optimism going into 2020. I mean, we're already in 2020, but the 2020-2021 season to go forward. But we get John Wall here in a 42-41 game, getting down low, getting dirty, getting in there, getting grindy. 49-48 Atlanta, and Conley somewhat in the semi-corner. Hits the 2 though, and they're going to go up by 1. 50-49, Conley with 8 points already. Here's John Wall back to Mirotic, and take that screen. Take that screen. Get in there.
He's going for it. Oh, McGee's just going to swat it. He barely left his feet, and he still knocked the ball out. Going the other way for the Neon. McGee.
That's bad defense.
Yeah.
Bad defense by Mirotic on the other side, but try to make up for it here with this shot, but no good there. And 52-49, that's going to be your score going into the half. 64% from the field.
Is that sustainable? Definitely not. So
I
Atlanta right now has the lead here. They're going to take it back here in the third. Wendell Carter throwing it down. Now we got Green inside. Solid move there.
I just know that the Neon, for whatever reason, they can't ever come through. They have a good team on paper, but it never seems to pan out here. So we'll see what happens as Atlanta takes a 10-point lead now, plus the and 1. He'll hit the free throw, and then this missed shot by Conley going the other way, up 11, and then look, moves the ankle breaker, and then the slam dunk.
It's bad news for New York. Missed by Conley. So if you're a Pittsburgh fan, you can still get in regardless of what happens in this game. You have a couple paths here, but it requires the tempo to lose next game. I think your path will get easier if the Neon lose, though. So I think you're pulling forward Atlanta.
Oof. And then JJ Redick here now, 95-88 with that 3 in. And Tobias Harris with the rebound as Atlanta misses. Conley, he's finding Redick. Redick's going to be no good, but Tobias Harris with the rebound. Good box out right there to get it in. 95-90. Now they got to start fouling. So it's up to John Wall to get this to a 2. Oh,
man.
I was going to say.
This game should be over, though.
Out of reach, a 3-score type of game. And he missed both.
Come on.
He missed both free throws.
Dude.
So the Neon are going to push down here, and Conley is going to go all the way to the basket and get it in. They're down by 3. So it's still an uphill climb because you do have to foul again. And John Wall's not going to miss more free throws, is he? He's John Wall.
Probably not.
Okay, gets the green there. So up by 4. I mean, that's a tough spot to be in, but they're going to miss again.
Timeout.
And the Neon with Redick. Get down low. 96-94, you got to foul again.
You gotta pick up the points. Foul here to John Wall. Hey, yeah, put Wall on the free throw line. He's missed 3 out of 4. He misses again.
Oh my God.
Come on.
So if he hits this, they're up by 3, which is a 3 ball. Oh my God, we could go into overtime here. So, okay, he's got that. If he had missed again, that'd be really, really bad.
That'd be bad. Conley's going down the court. Oh, he's got Redick in the corner. Oh, Forbes, get a hand up!
No!
Redick, the stone cold killer out there.
Are you joking? So John Wall's inability to hit one more free, and he stepped over the line.
Oh no, but Conley bodied him up, and he's gonna foul out and send Wall to the line. So again,
oh my God,
they're like, you got this, John Wall.
Oh my God, he missed again. Dude, you have to make one. Make one of them.
Come on, man. Come on.
Make one shot. That's all you need for your team, man. Come on.
Pressure. Got it.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, hey, 8 seconds on the clock. You can easily get up and down the floor. You don't have a timeout, so you got to hurry. You got to go. You got to hustle up here.
Tobias Harris.
What are you doing?
He's waiting for a screen, but he's not going to take it. He's going to shoot with 2 seconds. A deep 3. He's going to miss.
Wow.
New York needed a 2 ball.
Wow.
And they didn't set up a good offense for that. So Atlanta will take it. Now the Neon are threatened here with missing out on the playoffs. So this is not good. This is not good.
How do you let JJ Redick hit that 3 ball, put the game to a tie, and then all of a sudden, oh my God.
John Wall had 30 points, but 9 of 14 from the free throw line, and we saw pretty much all of those misses there in the fourth quarter. But he still had a pretty good game. He willed Atlanta to a 1-point victory. So again, Atlanta's going to close out with a solid season. So now we have Nashville versus Kentucky. Kentucky making another appearance in the video. They're having a tough season, and they're having a tough second half of the year. But if they can upset their rival here, Kentucky and Nashville are rivals. So they can get an upset that's going to open the door for Pittsburgh. Right now, Pittsburgh is the team that needs Nashville to lose. The only way Pittsburgh can get in right now is if Nashville or Tampa Bay loses, and the problem is that they need Kentucky and Washington to get an upset road W. So that's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Pittsburgh to get in, but they need some help.
Well, that Eastern Conference, that total Eastern Conference playoff picture is just crazy right now. It's absolutely insane. One game separates 10 teams from first place.
Basically.
So it's just nuts right now. But Nashville up by 15 points right now in the second quarter, late part of the second quarter. And now up by 12. Garland down low, gets 2, pulls it within 8 as we see Dragic getting down low, gonna extend that out to 10 points again. So this double-digit point differential doesn't bode well for Kentucky to win this game, or Pittsburgh for that matter, because like you said, they need the tempo.
The first domino loot might be falling here for Pittsburgh, but it's down to 5-point game. Anthony Davis is still fighting, and then you got Wanamaker for 3 out there late in the third. So the second unit is playing pretty well here for Kentucky, getting them back in the mix, but Valanciunas is gonna throw it in. And it's going to be 10 points here for the differential. And Nashville's going to score again. So 9-point lead late. KD's going to lay it in there.
When a guy that big is coming in with that long of a wingspan, you can't stop that. So 101-92, 1 minute to go in the fourth quarter. 3 is no good. Ingram with the rebound. Back out to Garland, and we got Kentucky. We got a Collier's push to the basket. They don't take advantage of it, though. Anthony Davis with the screen, Garland with the miss, and that, my friends, is going to do it. So very quick highlight reel as the Tempo take care of business at home against the Colliers. Unfortunately for Pittsburgh, that's not good.
No, it's not. They still have one chance here, though. If Tampa Bay loses to Washington, Tampa Bay will be the odd team out here. So that's what they need.
Look at this.
To have happen.
Look at this.
Yeah, it's jam-packed. So, like we said, it's going to be Pittsburgh is going to be the odd team out if Tampa Bay gets in. So, the Neon and Baltimore and Jacksonville, I believe, have the tiebreak over the Paladins. So that's why they need Tampa to lose. Tampa loses, they're going to finish a game out of an 8th seed. So that's all the Paladins need. So right now it's looking pretty good. Jake Layman's going to lay it in there. So Washington's looking okay.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
That I was literally going to say Washington is looking good. And now Markelle Fultz with the 3 in. And now another 2 in for Tampa Bay. 45-38. So the Stingers starting to take this game over. We're going into the half with a 45-38 lead. And we'll see the numbers here. 39% to 40%. It's been a very even game. And the score would indicate that as well. And Washington's still fighting.
Calathis to the rim, and then DeRozan is going to fling that one up and in. So it's 85-81 here. Clarkson just letting that clock die down. Covered by Hield. The 3-ball is going to be good for Clarkson. So that lead is going to stick around that 7 range right there. So 88-81, Washington calling a timeout here. 2-ball, good by DeRozan. 88-83. Okay, this one's going to be a foul on Cantor. It's Dwight Howard. He's going to make 1 to push it to 6 points.
Maybe if he had a different hairstyle, he would make that shot.
I think it was part of that 4 gig update that we were forced to download the other day.
Probably.
Dwight Howard hairstyle. Kyrie inside is going to miss. Kuzma, fighting for it, and Cantor is going to come up with it. So
Uh-oh.
4-point game here. So Pittsburgh fans are on their feet here. Tampa fans are sweating this one out, and Vonleh
Oh, dude.
was right there.
Help your Pittsburgh team out, man. Come on, Vonleh.
Kyrie right to the lane. He's going to lob it to Howard. Last chance. Cantor will score, but we got 26 seconds. It's a 4-point game. Foul going to be on Irving, and he's going to get sent to the line. That's not who I want shooting these free throws.
No, he's Mr. Automatic right now, and this is also going to go in. And you know what? It's kind of cool to see that other teams in the XBA, even though they've been eliminated, are still fighting because it's for the integrity of the league.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's giving everybody else that's at home right now still a shot to still make it in. So it's good job by Washington to keep that integrity of the league going, but it's not going to happen for Pittsburgh, guys, as Washington just does not come through for them. And Tampa Bay is going to advance into the playoffs.
What a shame. What a shame for Pittsburgh. They had a good season, 38-32. They're just as good as the teams in the field. And for that matter, so Chicago, Columbus, and Detroit. But I think we had 13 good teams in the Eastern Conference, and
One game spread them out.
Too bad. But a good game for Washington, too. They played pretty hard in this one. Tampa Bay, though, I think they deserve to get in. I mean, they were one of the better teams all season in the East.
Before we get into the bracket of the playoffs for the XBA, we are going to take a look at the awards. And the 2020 XBA MVP goes to none other than Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis deserved it. 28.7 and 10.8 rebounds per game, almost 5 assists per game. So he was a dominant force for the Alaska Chill.
Of course, another almost guarantee, a bank, Zion Williamson, winning the Rookie of the Year for the Columbus Basket Hounds.
19.1 points per game.
Zach Randolph winning 6th Man of the Year for the New York City Slickers. And when you're averaging double-digit points as a 6th man, I'd say that that's well-deserved. No surprise here with Kawhi being Defensive Player of the Year. He ended up winning that last year, I believe, in the NBA in real life. So he is a very well-adept defensive player. I don't really know how you can improve upon last season's numbers with Luka Doncic, but here we are. He's the most improved player for the XBA.
Yeah, it could have gone with somebody else, but, you know, he's young. I think that might be the gist of it. But
14.9 points per game. I think he averaged more than that.
We can override.
We could override this. But I love Luka, but 14.9, you know, hey, I think he did better in the NBA.
It's a lower scoring league.
True. A star-studded cast of characters for the All-XBA first team, led by James Harden, Westbrook, LeBron, and Giannis.
Yeah, I think Westbrook deserved that, even though the Cyclones fell a little bit short of the postseason. Westbrook just took this team on his back. All-NBA second team here, we had Kyrie, who came up pretty big for the Sting. Steph Curry was one of the leading scorers in the XBA, and he's perky.
That's an interesting word with all the news that came out just a couple days ago.
Kawhi Leonard, Blake Griffin, and Anthony Davis. This is about the least surprising all-rookie team here. Zion, Morant, DeAndre Hunter, Culver, and Garland. I think the interesting thing here is that 4 of these 5 teams missed the playoffs. So that's good news for the future, at least, for these teams.
Well, they can pair it up. They can pair one of these guys up with another up-and-coming star, which, again, we'll be covering those guys with some scouting episodes here in the future. Dun-da-da-da! XBA Finals bracket. Here we go, guys. San Jose against Denver in the first round. KC against Seattle. Alaska and New Orleans, which is an interesting match because that's the team. Those are the 2 teams that we saw in the very first episode of the XBA ever.
Yeah, and we had St. Louis and El Paso, which were 2 teams we saw recently.
I'm scared of that matchup. I'm really scared of that matchup because I can't hold the controller. I can't do it. I can't play as the team. So I have to watch from the sidelines as my babies try to beat the Peppers. It's going to be tough.
And so in the Eastern Conference, a lot of craziness there. And so as we talked about, Pittsburgh was the odd team out according to the tie-breaking rules. So the Neon, even though they lost to Atlanta, get the 8th seed against Montreal. Carolina plays Tampa Bay. Baltimore will take on Jacksonville, and then Nashville Miami. So a lot of teams behind Miami, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Tampa, and Carolina needed a couple of those teams to lose to get in the mix, and only the Neon lost. So
the Eastern Conference was an absolute bloodbath. I mean, all of these games meant so much, held so much importance. Every single shot that you took, every single game was that much more important as the season was winding down. If you are a fan of one of these Eastern Conference teams, consider yourselves basically lucky that the chips fell where they did, because it was crazy to say the least.
Yeah, and it sucks for teams like Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh, by virtue of this game, they say that they have clinched a playoff berth, but they have 9 teams X'd off.
Look at this.
So, I don't know.
38 and 32s were basically the mean of this whole entire Eastern Conference. One game. The Jacksonville Jump could have been the first place team. Yeah. The Neon could have been the first place. I mean, this is crazy. Detroit, Atlanta.
Yeah, these guys,
Chicago.
They were 2 games out of first place.
Yeah.
But they missed the playoffs. And it's unfortunate because I know Chicago and Detroit have good rosters, and Columbus has a vocal fan base, and they're really young. So that's good news for Columbus, although I still see the point differential is in the negative. But, I mean, they won the games that they needed to. They just came up one short. And then we see some teams down here. Atlanta went on a pretty big losing streak near the end, and then they capped it off with a win. Atlanta should have been in a good spot to make the postseason. New York had a bad month of April to kind of fall off pace. Pilgrims lost 9 in a row. They were hanging around there until that happened. And then Washington, Kentucky, and Philly were the teams that were never really in it. And in the West,
you can hang your hat on that. Like, you can feel good even though you missed the playoffs. You can still feel good if you're a fan of that, because, I mean, when we look at the Western Conference, maybe it just might so be that Eastern Conference teams are a little bit better.
Could be. Yeah, Phoenix, Vancouver missed out, and San Diego. I was impressed with San Diego. After they traded Carmelo Anthony, they seemed to find a lineup that really worked for them. I mean, they were 6-4 in their last 10 games, but they really, in the month of March, made up a ton of ground. They were sort of left for dead. And LA was also left for dead at the beginning of the year. They were one of the worst teams after the first 2 months, and they came back.
A lot of fans out for LA were really strong in the belief department. They said, I remember some quotes, some comments, I believe in them LA Leopards. They're going to be doing something.
Very bright future for that team.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, they lost Embiid. So they had Embiid out for most of March as well. So they were kind of behind the 8 ball there. And California never really put it together.
That team, for whatever reason, is kind of disappointing to me.
Yeah.
Losing 7 games in a row, maybe they were trying to do a tank job, but I felt that roster was a little bit better than what they finished with a 31-39.
Yeah, they were 31-32 at one point before that streak, and so they were also in the mix. And then Vegas, Dallas, and Houston never had a chance.
Jeez.
The Supernovas were awful down the stretch. Something happened to them. They only traded Vince Carter, and then they flipped 2 players for basically equivalent players. But, I mean, I think they embraced the tank, which is what we tried to avoid, but you can't avoid it at the end of the day. Like, somebody's gonna see something on that draft board and just go for it.
Before we end tonight's episode, guys, of the XBA, we have to, of course, go over the matchups. Who do we think is going to advance to round 2 of the finals? And the first matchup we have are the Denver Summit against the San Jose Cyborgs. Denver had a pretty good season. San Jose, we thought that they were a really good team to start off the XBA inaugural season, and of course they started to slip up a little bit, but now have climbed up to be one of the perennial teams in the West. So who do you have?
I'm going to take San Jose because I like what I saw from Paul George down the stretch.
I will take San Jose as well. The question for me is San Jose going to let us down? Because before we predicted them to be one of the top teams.
And it didn't happen.
And it didn't happen initially.
But it happened.
But it happened in the end. Denver, with Markkanen, seemed to be kind of the sneaky little upset pick to me. I think between him and Ben Simmons and the Gasol brothers, that might be a sneaky upset pick.
Seattle taking on Kansas City. They ended up with the exact same record, so they're going to be the 4 and the 5 here. I picked Seattle to win the whole thing, so I'm going to stick with... I think I picked them to win, unless I picked the Neon. I picked them to win the Western Conference. I'm going to stick with them, but Doncic and Morant have been really, really good for the Stampede.
I'm going to go take chalk in this one. Yes, I like Kansas City's youth, but I think Seattle is just that much better. And between Doncic and Morant, Kansas City's a good team. Take nothing away from that squad over there, but I think Seattle is going to get this W just because of Porzingis and Drummond. It's a really good 1-2 punch. Alaska and New Orleans. Tough call. Really tough call.
Yeah, everybody kind of thought Alaska was like the top dog in the West, but they're going to end up with the 3 seed. Still a very good team. I like New Orleans defensively, though. But I think Alaska's gonna figure it out and find that groove that they had at the beginning of the year and take this one.
Between Kawhi and Bagley, it's a good team, man. It's a good team. It's a tough call. Lou Williams being hurt really hurt Alaska in that middle part of the season, but I think Alaska will end up winning this matchup. I don't see an upset here. Ugh. God, I don't want it. I think we're done. I think we're going to get bounced.
You're going to get bounced by the Peppers.
I do. I really think that we're going to get bounced because James Harden is James Harden. It's just really tough to stop. We have a more complete team, I think. We play really well together, but if we're off, we're just toast.
Yeah, I think Crawford and Wade getting more minutes. Maybe that was the plan the whole time, was to get Wade more minutes
near the end.
Down the stretch.
Yes. He's old. We got to give him more minutes down the stretch where they count.
It's improved your 3-point shooting, but Harden is the kind of guy that could just take over the entire series.
Yeah.
And that's what I think you got to be afraid of if you're the Arrows. If he shows up to play, I'm picking the Peppers. I'm going to pick St. Louis though.
I'm going to have to pick myself just because I have to have confidence. I have to, but with reservation.
So we agreed on every series in the Western Conference, picking all the high seeds. But in the Eastern Conference, we know that the seeds don't matter.
No, they really don't.
So who are we taking here? I got to pick Montreal here because I saw what Montreal did to the Neon a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
I'm taking Montreal. Although the Neon can score and they have a deep starting 5, so you got to respect them.
I think the Neon are just really kind of bipolar though. Like sometimes they'll be like, "Oh my God, this team is who we thought they were. They're really good." And other times it's like, where's the offense at? What are they doing on defense? What is going on here? I'm going to take Montreal. I think Zach LaVine is just the dog in that whole entire team, and I'm going to go with the Gothiques. But this one's tough. This one's really, really tough because Tampa Bay, for whatever reason, they started off hot. And I remember it was between them and Jacksonville early and in the middle part of the season for a long time, and then for whatever reason just fell off. It's tough to take Tampa Bay here, but especially going up against LeBron. Kyrie against LeBron.
Oh yeah, that's a good angle. I didn't think of that. But okay, I'm going to take a lower seed. Tampa's the 5 seed, Carolina the 4. I'm going to go Tampa here.
They might have the more complete team though. Tampa Bay might have the more complete team, but every time I watch them, I just feel underwhelmed. So I'm going to go with LeBron James and DeAndre Jordan and Carmelo. They've got a good enough team to take Tampa Bay down.
Jacksonville against Baltimore. Baltimore is the shock team of this season. We had a handful of come from behind teams with losing records early. I think of LA, I think of San Diego, and I think of Atlanta. Those 3 teams charged, but they fell a little bit short because of their cold starts. Baltimore, however, despite their cold start, really figured something out. Last 25 games of the season, they were probably the best team in the XBA.
That's a really hilarious thing to say. To just utter that, to come out of your mouth, is to say that Baltimore was probably the best team in the XBA. There's no way, after seeing them in the first episode of this whole series.
Well, they destroyed Dallas.
That's true. That's true. So I take that back.
But after that, they were terrible.
Right. That's right. I've been out for a month, guys. Cut me some slack here. But just thinking about where Baltimore came from to get to this point, and now taking you away from the controller here, you could go with Baltimore because the jump kind of letting other teams back in it in the East.
The CPU, though, from what we've seen, they love Steph Curry. So they're better with Steph Curry than I am. But then you get Steph versus Clay. I don't know who's going to win this one. I'll pick Jacksonville.
I'll take Jacksonville as well. The Night Owls of Miami and the Nashville Tempo. Going after that neon field. Right? I love it. Love these two teams. But it's going to be really hard to pick who's going to win this one. You got Kevin Durant. You've got Jason Tatum. Man, I have no idea because you know what? Miami sucks. Miami sucks when it's CPU versus CPU. They don't do anything.
They've got 2 wins in CPU versus CPU.
Their offense is terrible in CPU versus CPU.
It was against Wisconsin and San Diego. Are they going to be able to beat a team like the Tempo in a 7-game series?
I don't think they will. I think I'm going to take Nashville in this one.
I'll take Nashville too. So with our picks out of the way, let us know what you guys have and who you guys think are going to win the entire thing. Who's your pick now to win it? Who's your Eastern Western champion?
Well, that's tough because the seeds, they don't reset.
Right.
But it's still going to be tough because, let's see. So I've got San Jose, Seattle, 1v5, Alaska versus St. Louis. I think Alaska is gonna go all the way. I think the 3 seed from the West will go all the way with Giannis. I don't see how San Jose can do it. I know that they're number 1. I get it. I see the number. I see the seed. But in the XBA, the seed doesn't really seem to matter.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Alaska, the number 3, and then out of the Eastern Conference, I think I'm gonna go with Montreal.
Okay.
I think Montreal versus Alaska. What a matchup there. You got Canada against a USA team that's not even part of the continental US. Good old XBA action, right?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Seattle. They're my guys. I picked them in the preseason. I'm going to stick with Seattle. And in the East, I will probably go with Tampa Bay. So I'm going to go Seattle, Tampa Bay, Martians versus Sting. So let us know what you guys have. I'm interested to hear your thoughts, and let us know which team that missed the playoffs this year do you think is going to bounce back in a big way next year. This league is so diluted in terms of the talent that I could easily see a team that missed the playoffs being really, really good next year and getting one of these top seeds. So there's no reason that it's going to play out the same way next year.
If you're still here watching, congratulations. Give yourself a pat on the back because now you guys have notification of what's coming to you as far as a contest goes. Of course, we can never do anything on this channel without having a contest for you, the community. Would you like to explain that contest? We will have that in a pinned comment below and in the description. If you have already seen it, disregard this message, but go ahead and explain the contest that we're opening up for you guys.
Okay, so if you guys won during the regular season, you got your golden ticket to the final round of our pick'em. So you guys do not have to do anything. You guys are going to be in the finals. But the format for this is going to be like a survivor mode. So basically, however many contest submissions we get for round 1, the top half will advance to round 2. And then half of that will advance to the conference finals. And then the very top 10 from the conference final round gets to the NBA finals. So let's say hypothetically we get 100 players, 50 makes it to round 2, 25 makes it to round 3, and then the top 10 goes to the finals to compete with the golden ticket winners. Now, the prizes for the final round, the first place winner gets a $50 credit for the XBA store, the GG9 XBA store. So,
on Teespring, and you also will get an automatic prospect.
Yep. Second and third place gets $15, so that's the value of a t-shirt of your choosing, also with the prospect. And then 4 through 10, you automatically get your prospect in the series. So you guys got something to play for here. This is the biggest contest that we've ever had on the channel.
True. It's very true, because there's going to be a ton of people going to be submitting their picks. Plus, it's not just going to be a who do you think is going to win 1v8, 4v5 type of thing. We're going to still continue on with props. So who's going to have the most rebounds in this matchup? Who's going to have, the most points scored in the entire matchup? So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. It will test your prognostication skills. Good word. Look that up if you don't know what that means. So that is going to be it for today's episode of the XBA, guys. Leave a like if you like this thing, and it feels good to be back. It really does feel good to be back. I'm glad to be back here with you guys doing some commentary for the XBA, one of our loves on the channel. We will see you in the next one. Like I talked about, we will be doing some scouting of the prospects plus the Euro League for all of the European players that are out there, plus Australia prospects. We've got guys out there and out west, but we'll cover those guys in the next episode. And then after that, we're going to get right into the playoffs of the XBA. Thank you, my brother, for doing all this work while I've been away. It's been relieving.
Cool.
So I will see you guys in the next one. Leave a like if you like this thing. As always, peace.